has concluded after taking the oath, you will officially be citizens of the United States. And when you take the oath, it's important to remember that you're committing to comply with and defend the Constitution of the United States. And part of that is to be active citizens. You can choose your own path in the United States, how active you wish to be in different areas. But it's the freedom that we have in the United States is wonderful, it's liberating. And just to kind of give you a sense of immigrants who have come to the United States and become U.S. citizens, almost half of the Fortune 500 companies in the United States were formed by either immigrants or children of immigrants. So half of the Fortune 500 companies, the 500 largest companies in the United States, everything from Apple Computer to Plainer Peanuts, they've all been formed by immigrants or children of immigrants. And that's pretty amazing. I'm a second generation. My grandparents immigrated from Finland in the 1920s after the Civil War, and became the Soviet Union and Russia. And Finland broke off it was a part of the Russian territory, it broke off, and there was a revolution in Finland, so a lot of the Finns came to the United States, and they were extraordinarily poor. My mom grew up very poor in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is north toward Canada, and they were one of the poor families of the county, a very rural county, in which my grandfather worked in the iron ore mines. And they grew up on a lake because they didn't have any running water, they didn't have any electricity. They had basically a house with one bedroom, and then the kids slept upstairs in what was the second story, the attic. So I'm kind of letting you know all of this because my mom went from living as the poorest family in the county in which she lived to become quite successful in life. And now her son is a federal judge, and I have been for 22 years, and my brother and sister have done pretty well as well. So the point is that this is truly the land of opportunity, and the strength that we have, the wonderful strength that we have is from immigrants such as yourself who've come to the United States. And I want to thank you for bringing your talents and, of course, your families with you and your commitment to the United States, because that is a strength of the United States. It continues to empower our country, and in every respect. I mean, the United States, we would not be who we are today without immigration. And obviously, I'm a huge fan of immigration because if it weren't for immigration, I wouldn't be sitting here today before you. And it's truly an opportunity for you, but it's very much a gift to the United States that you bring to us. And I'd like to emphasize that. My parents ended up working, if you can believe it, at the United States Embassy when I was growing up. And I lived in Argentina from 12 to 16. Then I moved back to the States when I was 16 years old. I lived in Canada when I was a kid and lived back east. So there's a bit of diversity rolled into that, but my point is that that's what the future can hold. And most of us in the United States who are immigrants who start out in a better position financially than people were 100 years ago when they immigrated to the United States. And I'm going to say it's a leg up, but it's we're not living in such dire circumstances. And I'm so thankful for the hard work that my mother and my father did to help our family and to support us. And that kind of puts everything within the context for me